And you issued a statement. And in the statement, you've got many people very angry and scared at the same time. Why do you sit and allow for so long a time before you come to tell us that where we needed 2,000, whatever you call it, NTU, now we are talking about average. You are currently recording water turbidity level of 14,000 NTU, and you are unable to treat as much water as is required. You say about 60% of the catchment capacity is silted as a result of illegal mining, Galamsey, compromising the quality of raw water. We are currently recording an average turbidity of 14,000 NTU instead of 2,000 NTU designed for adequate treatment. Currently, the plant is able to produce only about 7,000, is it 7.5? 7,500 millimeters a day, a quarter of its installed capacity. So you are giving a warning and caution here that things are getting really bad. I also have understood that additionally, those of you around such areas, you used to treat the water with alum. Now you are treating the water with something else, I've forgotten the name, and it costs 4 times the price of alum to treat. Why do you sit until this to tell us about, like Professor Enning has just confirmed, associated himself with Kofi Kuranting's statement? We are going beyond cancer stage.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, it's really not the case that Ghana Water Company has sat down for the matter, the Galamsey situation, to get that worse. That is not really the case. In fact, I could be described as somebody who has spoken about Galamsey more than anyone else, especially because I work in an area where our source of abstraction, that is our source water, is Galamsey infected. I have spoken a lot about Galamsey, and sometimes I get a bit worried that it's like I'm speaking too much on Galamsey. We have spoken, we have taken the media to a treatment plant at Secheheman. We have taken the media to a treatment plant at Daboase, where the Pra River is abstracted. We abstract the Pra River at Secheheman. The same Pra River also comes to Daboase. We abstract it at Daboase. We have taken the media. I'm sure your reporter who is in either Cape Coast or Takoradi will tell you that we have taken them there on a number of occasions. There was a time that a very important visitor came to Western region, and we had to take that important visitor to Daboase. And whilst at the intake is a place where the low lift pumps, the pumps that abstract the raw water from the Pra River, are installed. That is the house, the pumping house for abstracting raw water. Whilst there, we saw with our naked eyes, not with a telescope, but with our naked eyes, everybody saw the Galamsey people operating as close to the intake point. And that visitor, important, very important visitor I'm talking about, also saw the people working. So we have spoken a lot. Well, I thank God that now it's gaining traction, it's gaining attention, it's gaining publicity, and everybody is talking about it. The aim of this statement that was issued is to highlight, to bring out to the public, for everybody to know, to hear that Galamsey is really wreaking havoc. So it is not today. We didn't start today. We didn't start yesterday. I have been here for over 7 years. and I've been speaking about it all the time. And I don't shy away from speaking about it because Galamsey is a terrible menace. It's something that is going to spell the doom of Ghana. How can we afford to treat water that has a turbidity of 14,000 NTU? When the plant was built, I mean the Satrahiman treatment plant, when it was built, the turbidity that they had in mind at the time, as I spoke to the water quality manager who was in Central Region some time ago, he tells me the design, they had in mind 500 NTU. In fact, that was it when the plant was built. And my understanding is that at the time, the raw water turbidity was 200 NTU. And we have got to now 14,000 in such a human. So, Samson, it is not the case that I have sat down for the matter to get worse before talking about. I have been talking about it. You can go to your archives and you get a lot of interviews that I've granted to your station about Galamsey. We thank God now is gaining the right attention.
All of this is traced to Galamsey. The Ghana Medical Association with its other umbrella organizations, 9 of them together, they say that the way forward for them is for the president to issue an absolute ban. Do you agree to that?
I very much agree with them. In fact, the aim of Ghana Water Company in bringing out this statement is that attention should be drawn to it so that Galamsey on river bodies, our aim. In fact, it happens elsewhere, but I'm sure there are other people who deal with it. But on river bodies, Ghana Water Company want to see Galamsey stopped entirely. When I was a child and I lived in the village in Ashanti region, whenever we were going to farm, we didn't have to take water to farm. Why?
You're right.
There were rivers along the path.
You're absolutely right.
That we'll be able to fetch the water along the path and take it to our farm and then use it. Right. But now, Samson, if you are going to farm and you decide that you won't take sachet water or bottled water, you will starve until you come back home. So why are we experiencing this now? It's because
this is not happening. This is not happening only in the coastal areas. I'm from the Upper East, the Black Volta. I had first-hand experience. We go to the farm and we can drink from it. We can use the water to bath. We don't need anything to sanitize the water. Now they cannot do that anymore.
That is where, unfortunately, as a country, we have elected to bring our water bodies to. God loves Ghana so much. It appears Ghana is the only country that God loves because we have everything. Now, talking about water, we have so many river bodies, and these are huge river bodies. Now, let's talk about River Pra. Well, I don't know whether you've been to Cape Coast or Takoradi before. At Beposo, you encountered River Pra. This is a huge body of water, but that body of water has been reduced to a drain, a water running through the drain. That's what we have now. So if this thing has gained attention and we are going to have absolute ban that will be enforced to ensure that nobody, absolutely nobody, enters the river to dig for gold, then I'm sure that the river body will rejuvenate itself. In a matter of time, we are going to see colorless water. We are going to see water or river that doesn't have any color at all, because one of the properties of water is that it is colorless. So we must get to a point where River Pra, the water in River Pra, will become colorless, and we can stand at the bank of this river, this huge water body nature has gifted us with, and we can see the fishes swimming in the river. That is what we are all waiting for. That's what we are all hoping. Oh, yes, I am a very religious person. Now, I know for sure, in my lifetime, I am going to see all these river bodies regaining their natural state, unlike what we see now.
I'm wondering if you are sure we can get to this ideal state. And presently, you are looking that it is possible to get back to treating the water with 500 NTU. Is that your hope?
Yes, that is my hope. That is my hope. And well, I was on Joy News and PM Express on Tuesday, this last Tuesday, and whilst going home, or on the next day, I heard Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources Abu Jinapor saying that they are going to come back again and do, and that is what we thank God and we bless God for His life that this will be done. And you see, we want Galamsey miners, these Galamsey operators, these illegal miners on river body flushed out of our river bodies entirely. That's what we are hoping for. But as to how
under the current circumstances, we are looking to pay more for the water because you have to do a treatment that costs you almost 4 times what you would have done, right?
Yes, please let me talk about the current chemical we are using in treating River Pra. In fact, River Pra has been polluted to the extent that Alum, aluminum sulfate, the full name, aluminum sulfate, is no longer effective in treating water from River Pra. But we need to treat the water anyway. So we've gone in for another chemical called polyelectrolyte or polymer for short. And this polymer I'm talking about is 4 times more expensive than alum, as I've been told. 4 times more expensive than alum. So it means that our treatment cost has now gone up. Well, if that is the case, definitely our managing director and our top management, when they are going in for review of tariff, they will have to factor in this new chemical. Because Ghana Water Company does not get any money from anywhere for our day-to-day operations apart from the tariff we are giving and the bills we send to customers. So definitely it will have to be factored into the tariff so that we are able to gain something out of it. So we don't run at a loss to the extent that the company will grind to a halt because of lack of financial resources. So definitely, all of us, I'm also a payer of water bills, I'm a consumer of water bill, then I pay my water bill. I'm also going to pay, you are going to pay, all of us are going to pay because of the grace. Let me put it this way, because of the grace of illegal miners. Because of the grace of illegal miners. It is quite a terrible thing that must not continue from today going.
Thank you very much, Nana Yao Berima Bani, and you can tell the passion with which he speaks. Is not just doing public relations.